20 things I find incredibly chic. Beauty is as beauty does, but chic is a bit more definable, isn't it? It's elegance, it's timelessness. I also think getting straight to the point is extremely chic, so that's what we're gonna do. So grab a tea or your favorite snack and let's get into it. Putting your phone face down when you're out with friends or a date or even in a meeting, nothing says you have my full attention like putting your phone down. A cute hair accessory, a pin, clip, bow. My Pilates instructor does this sometimes, so with your usual athletic fitness clothing, which tend to typically be a little boring, he adds a cute little hair accessory like a white clip or a nice little bow at the back of her head. That just adds so much flavor to that class. Expressive, eloquent, well-spoken, articulate people. And by that I don't mean you have to be very talkative in order to engage meaningfully in a conversation. Even if you add one or two lines, but they're well thought, well spoken, and you can get the point across, that's how you command a room well. Super chic. Harmless whimsy in everyday objects. A funky keyboard with your laptop, a glittery notepad, and for the ladies, a well-decorated, those ornate lipstick cases. And for the men, nothing like a monogrammed handkerchief to keep with you at all times. And around the home, I really enjoy the idea of fun drinking glasses just for everyday drinks, even for a soda or a ginger ale or even water. You have a nice goblet or a margarita glass to enjoy it in. Adds that certain je ne sais quoi. And on that note, ice and a lemon wedge. That's it. No other explanation. Hidden heels. Actually, any kind of heels, but just worn casually. When you don't need a fancy occasion to just wear heels and they're kind of a part of your DNA. Very chic. Good innerwear and shapewear. I'm particularly passionate about this because this is something that you do solely for yourself. Adds that layer of chic, elevates a good outfit to a great outfit. And I care about this so much that I built a brand around this. It's called Core Comfort. And I'm going to drop the link in the caption if you're interested in knowing more. Capitalizing and punctuating your sentences the proper way, not the Gen Z lowercase way of typing, especially if you're over 25. I prefer the old guard when it comes to this. A signature recognizable scent where it's perhaps created by layering a few of your favorite scents or notes that go well together or particularly smell great with your body scent, or getting a custom scent made from a perfumery. Avoiding like in all of these filler words in a sentence. Good posture. Nothing too complicated, just straight back, relaxed shoulders, the natural curvature of your spine, just something that exudes ease and confidence. And I think that particularly takes you further along than any kind of accessory or clothing ever could. Handwritten everything, especially for things that are sentimental or you hold dear. So putting pen to paper for those special moments, writing a handwritten note along with a gift really is a lost art in today's times. Similarly, growing your own fruits, vegetables, herbs in your garden, kitchen, balcony, whatever, microgreens sometimes. Need to cook a dish, go pluck a few leaves, garnish a dish with it. Superb. Having artistic interests and pursuits, that could be any kind of appreciation for the arts. It could be, watching ballet, theater, music, poetry, writing, reading, anything where you can admire creativity. Good listening skills. I think this is a derivative of being articulate, because I think articulation requires also participation, and that turns out really well when you're listening to what the other person is saying, and that comes from curiosity and paying attention. So listening intently without disrupting somebody else's flow of speech, and then genuinely following up with an interesting question. Very chic, very admirable. Hospitality. I think this is something that Asians and Indians in particular are known for, and it's one of those things I feel we should take pride in. A guest comes in, you instantly offer them tea, have them settle down in the most comfy sofa or chair in your living room, feed them snacks, get them a warm meal. Just the whole reflex of anticipating somebody's needs and caring for them is so chic and also so warm. So there is a certain kind of aesthetic which is associated with chic, or coastal grandma or old money sort of vibe, which is more minimalist, logo-less. But I think instead of conforming to a specific aesthetic, what is incredibly chic is really owning the things you like to do, which means that your aesthetic could perhaps even be boho or really, really chaotic or grunge or cottagecore, whatever it might be. But if that really makes you come into your own and you exude a lot of authenticity and realness in that, that's more chic than trying to conform to a particular aesthetic just because you think that's chic. Moisturization and hygiene, I think that's such a big point for me. Making sure you have a well-balanced, hydrated face, cuticles, nails, toenails, elbows, knees, some of the most neglected areas. I think that signals a lot of care. I think I've mentioned it before in one of my other videos. It's one of those things a lot of people tend to forget. So paying attention to that specifically, so chic. Talking about work, whether it's your own or if you're having a conversation with somebody else, but it's coming from a place of genuine curiosity where, let's say, you're really excited about the work that you do, or you're really excited to learn about a new field that the other person is in, is a lot more chic than, say, talking about your work with a sense of entitlement, trying to show off how much money you make or what your company is valued at. I don't think that's chic at all. And that's somehow becoming such a party subculture. Big put off. Trying to find opportunities for connection rather than differences is what is so chic. Never gossiping about a third person when you're in the company of others, not only from a moral or ethical standpoint, but because you're more interesting than that, because you have other things to talk about which don't concern somebody else or their life. That's what makes you chic and cool and collected. Those were the 20 things that I find chic currently, and that's all I have for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.